Florida Prepper here. Let me do the sound check. Good stuff to make sure we have audio up and running. It sounds good on my end, so let me pull that out. All right, guys. So tonight, sorry while I get everything set up on this other end. Tonight we have one of our mods here. He's been with us for a long time. He's been a part of our community for a good while now. He does have his own YouTube channel, and not only because he's got his own YouTube channel, but because he is one of our mods, and I want everyone to start meeting our mods and stuff here on the channel. We have Josh Connor with us tonight, and I'm fixing to bring him in as soon as I pull up this. All right. 1 second, guys. All right, so real quick, I want to yell at Flash. No, I'm not going to yell at you, buddy. How's it going, man? Prescott Caliber Club, good to see you. South Florida, DCL. Always good to see you, brother. John, good to see you, man. I did see Anthony Electric in here earlier, and Magic with a K, Angel, good to see you. I'm glad you made it. Sweet Liberty, how's it going? See who else we got in here tonight, and that looks about it. That's in the chat anyway. All right, guys, so definitely appreciate y'all making the live stream. If you just doing the replay, good to have you here. Wandering American, good to see you, buddy. All right, so we've got Josh Connor on tonight, and he's going to be going over some things on his end. He does, like I said, has a YouTube channel. He's just getting started on that. So we're going to be, asking some questions and stuff. It's going to be the roast of Josh Connor. No, it's not. We're not going to roast him. We're actually going to check him out and see what all he has to say. What about me? Oh, I just now saw that you were in here. Good to see you. Gutta News Network. Man, I keep messing up every time I try to say your name there. Good to see you, brother. Oh, come on, not the crying face. You know better than that. All right, let me go ahead and pull up Josh and get him on the screen, guys.
Hey.
There he is.
Evening, everyone.
We get some coffee here.
Me too.
All right, guys. So this is the guy that's been causing trouble in all the chats across the internet, Mr. Josh Connor. So
demonetizing the channels.
Yeah, he came here just to demonetize the channel. Nah, Josh is actually a very good friend of our channel. We talk off and on by email and stuff all the time, and he's been with us for a good while, helps supporting this channel all the time. I mean, you may have seen him in other channels. He's been very good about going and subscribing and supporting other channels that are associated with us as far as mods and people that are in the community that have their own channels. He's always shown up and showed support for people. So I want to get him on here, guys, not only to help him out with supporting his channel, but so we get to know him more. And tonight, I would definitely like to talk about, some of the things that you are planning on working on, and a little bit about your channel, buddy.
Well, my channel is going to be mainly about trying to become more of a producer of your own food and stuff like that, and being less of a consumer. Prepping, storing your food, growing your food. Just being ready for anything, really. I mean, you can grow your own food and produce your own meat and do all that. You're good to go. I'm pretty. I can get political sometimes, but I try not to as much as I'd love to, but they don't like that here.
Prescott Caliber Club, thank you for getting his link up for us. I do have his link in the description for people that's coming in late. You can always find it there.
Hey, Ninja Scout, I see you in there. Hey, Flash.
Looks like Elish is fired up tonight. Definitely good to see you. She had put roast Josh. No, I'm not going to roast Josh. Josh is actually a very good guy. I like him a lot. Flash, on the other hand, if I can ever get him on screen. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Happy Prepper.
Definitely. Happy Prepper, good to see you, buddy. So you're talking about growing your own food and stuff like that. You're wanting to get into and also storing your own food. I saw one of your videos was the canning. You're getting a lot of canning supplies. So basically, you're going to try to incorporate self sufficientness on your gardens and growing your own gardens and canning and
Yeah.
preserving your own foods. Correct?
Correct. Yeah, I'm gonna this spring. I'm expanding my garden to include rabbits, quail, chickens. Um, Basically, my goal for the end of next fall is 500 pounds of food. So if I can do that through one summer, I'll be happy, and then I'll just keep expanding from there.
Now you're talking about 500 pounds of growing your own food and harvesting your own meats and stuff, right?
Yep. Own food, preserving my own food, canning, freezing, all that stuff.
This is definitely a skill that everyone should learn how to do, even if you don't have the property space as far as land. Still learning how to do it is going to be coming real handy, especially in an event of SHTF. You're going to have to learn how to grow your own stuff. You're going to have to learn how to dry out and preserve seeds. You're going to have to learn all these things. Now, if you have that knowledge in advance, you're one step up above everybody else. So it actually helps with your survival in that. And when it does happen, there is no grocery stores. You're going to be reliant on that. So yeah, definitely something that everybody should learn.
I live on less than a half an acre, and I'm gonna still try to do it.
Half acre. Well, yeah,
Yep.
with the smaller animals and stuff like that, you can definitely do that because like rabbits and stuff. When we raised in North Carolina, we just had rabbit cages right there outside the house. But when I lived in North Carolina, the temperature was tempered enough that we were good. We didn't have to worry about real bad winter and stuff like that compared to Wyoming. When we get out there, we have to build a barn and everything for them. So that would definitely save you room there. JT, good to see you. I see you there.
Hey, JT. Yeah, I'm in Oklahoma, so tomorrow's going to be 65 degrees. So but then it can be 20 degrees. It's just kind of weird. It's never steady.
Yeah. Stone 78, how you doing, girl? Always good to see you.
Hey, J Stone.
Let's see what else we got here, guys. Anthony Electric, how are you? What are you electrifying tonight? Anthony Electric, me and Josh was just talking about you off screen before the show. Yeah, you're amazing, dude. You're actually pretty freaking smart.
Anthony, I'm very impressed with you, buddy. Keep it up. You're an inspiration to older folks like me that don't know nothing about electricity and solar. But you give me hope.
There we go, Elish. I live on 40 acres and it would be very hard. All sand forest, too much long, cold winters. I do have a little bit of experience on that, and also what we'll be facing in Wyoming. Elish, what we're going to have to be doing for our food crops is that we are doing greenhouses with raised beds. We trying to grow a garden and stuff in that soil where we are is a hit and miss scenario. We will be duct working in, or I'll probably just go ahead and put a wood burning stove out there. It will help with the heat temperature. It will be in ground, as I don't know how deep we're going to have to go. It's going to be a trial and error on that, but it's something we are definitely looking into because yeah, we can't grow anything. I mean, there's sagebrushes and stuff like that out there, but everything's knee high, and there's knee high there for a reason. Like our trees, it's going to be hard growing our trees out there because we're going to be first couple years they're going to be in greenhouses. We got to get them hardened, winter hardened, everything, because I can't just plant a sapling out there and expect it to last because one snow and it's covered for months. It's not going to make it. So yeah, we're going to run into that issue for sure.
Yeah. You also, unless you don't have to grow an outside garden. I mean, if you look into the nutritional value of starting microgreens, you can do that indoors with a little fluorescent light. You can grow a whole bunch of sprouts and everything inside, away from the weather, and still get that nutritional value that you need without having to grow a 10-acre garden. I mean, it doesn't have to be on a major scale, but you can still get your fresh microgreens and everything right indoors on one shelf in your bathroom, closet, wherever, and just throw a light over it, and 7 days you've got all the nutrition you need.
Just checking the chat here right fast. I saw something blow by. Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
want
everybody. Leah Shrek is my wife. She's in the chat right now saying hi to everybody.
who? I missed that. Oh, okay. I see her now. All right, got it. All right, guys. So as always, you are more than welcome to ask Josh any question, as long as it's civil. And I'm sure that he will be happy to answer it for you if he's able to. So feel free to ask. We'll try to keep an eye out for it while we're discussing crazy stuff.
Elish, if you want to go to a channel that does microgreens really well and teaches you step by step how to do it, Satin Hill Farms, Josh Satin over there at Satin Hill Farms, he's got great videos out on how to do microgreens in his garage, and he does it for a monetary purpose, and it really sustains him monetarily and nutritionally. So it's kind of a great thing.
That's one thing I do need to start learning about is the microgreens. I have no idea. I've never been around them, so that's completely new to me. I have seen other channels out there that were talking about them. I just never got into it. Not saying that it's not worth getting into. I have not have the time. I've been busy with a lot of other stuff.
Right, you got to see.
Yeah, I can see where it'd definitely be good to know just about anything on as far as growing food and microgreens. I mean, from my understanding, microgreens are easy to grow, and they're heavy in the nutrition and stuff that you need, so you're not really having to grow huge amount of cropland for the same amount of nutritional value coming out of it. But now I draw a line at eating algae.
No, it's not algae. I mean, it's broccoli, it's baby peas, it's just the normal things that you would eat in a garden that takes weeks to get. You're getting in 7 days and just eating the baby plant.
Let me go and pull this up. Flash. CFP, do I get any slack when it comes to civility? Actually, yeah, you got a wrench, and we know that you're joking around when you do it. You're good, Flash. I just give you a hard time, man, because I like you. If I don't talk to you at all, it means I don't like you. See, Anthony Electric. I have my screen jumped. I have UPS power supply coming and a USB portable charge, laptop portable charger, and some 18650 batteries. Most of that is a foreign language to me, Anthony, but it sounds awesome.
I thought you was just speaking Chinese. See, I didn't even know what you're talking about.
Well, I knew it wasn't that because there was no hieroglyphics there. So yeah, I knew that much.
I have a better chance of reading ancient Sumerian than I do making a solar panel work.
Prescott Caliber Club, you can store tons of seed easy too. Are you speaking of microgreen seeds?
Both. You can store all kinds of seeds.
Oh yeah, we have regular farming seeds and stuff but they're not any microgreens. Quit laughing at me, Prescott Caliber Club. It hurts my feeling. It really does.
Hey, WV.
You know what? That's fine. I'm gonna go find my safe place.
You're in Florida. There's no safe place out there.
Speaking of, okay, we just had that car break-in right a couple days ago, Wednesday. Somebody knocked on the door, and they real quietly knocked on the door. My wife's in there cooking. I was getting the computer and everything ready out here. Well, I just walked inside, and I heard someone tapping on the door. So I walk out to the door. I'm not nervous, but I'm alert on a lot of things. So I got my blade easy access to open up this door. This guy in his red shirt standing there. Is Miss So here? I won't say my wife's name. I looked at her and I'm like, you mean my wife? And he acted real weird. Yeah. Man, I looked at my wife and said, listen, I know you're not cheating on me, but he about got lit up right there because it's one of those scenarios where I don't know you're married, someone knocking on your door is Miss So-and-so here? Who are you? Well, turns out he's a salesman, one of those Swanson, I think it is. They delivery trucks, kind of like the
Swan?
yeah.
Swan, man?
Yeah. And he said, well, my truck's parked over there. I'm looking at it. I don't see no truck. I'm like, dude, let me tell you something. We just had break-ins here 2 nights ago. You're fixing to get lit up. Oh, no, no, really. I got my flyers right here. I scared the crap out of this guy. He just rubbed me wrong. And I feel bad now about it, but it's dark out. It's right before our live stream here, and this guy is just acting weird. And I'm like, dude, you about got lit up, buddy. And so he gave us a little paperwork. My wife's looking at him. He's like, yeah, I ordered something a while back. Who are you? Oh, I'm the actual driver that usually runs this route. I'm like, dude, I've never seen you before in my life. So he leaves. But yeah, I think he had to change that at shorts.
It's only bad if they start knocking on the back door. That's when you're like, what are you doing knocking on the back door?
Yeah. WV, good to see you, girl. I'm on my computer, so my emojis are off. Yeah, I noticed that when I use my computer to do the live stream, especially with StreamYard, I don't think they give me the options for emojis. Which sometimes when I'm texting on some of the stuff here, I forget to wait for the emoji, and they'll be sitting there saying someone's name, and I actually type out smile and keep on typing, and I look at it after it's posted. I'm like, man, I'm an idiot.
I got a Santa cut too, WV. Is anybody else ready for Christmas? I sure am.
Ready for Christmas?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were supposed to be ready. We'll be. I don't know where we're going to be at for Christmas. We'll be here in Florida. We might be on our week vacation during that time. I'm not really sure. We have a little tree set up. This little LED tree I picked up at Walmart a while back. Like 3 foot tall. Plug in the wall. It got the little LED light. But yeah, I think I paid like $30 for it a while back. Karen, hey CFP and Josh, ditch Prepper Nurse 1 for you. He's sick. Wish him well. I am very sorry that he is sick.
Yeah, he's been dealing with a bad cold.
Bad cold. I do watch Prepper Nurse 1. Most of the time I'm watching the replays. Usually when he's doing a live stream, I hate to say it, usually I'm watching somebody else at that time. I do like Prepper Nurse 1. I hope he gets to feeling better.
Man, I want his greenhouse. Woo, buddy, that's a nice one.
Let's see here. Oh, man. WV's blind. I'm sorry. 2 handsome guys, 2 of my favorite guys. That's very sweet of you.
She doesn't have her glasses on. We'll forgive her.
You don't have your glasses on. Okay.
I try to tell everybody this cheap Android phone I got adds like 150 pounds. Okay, I'm not usually this big.
Well, dude, I'm the next trans slender, so there we go. And if
yeah, I identify as skinny.
Yeah, identify as skinny. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, MOI.
Let's see what else we got here. Still feeling
That's
bad.
Lisa in there. Hey, Lisa.
I lost your comment there, WV. All right, still feeling bad. I won't be going live tonight. Well, I am definitely sorry about that, WV. I'm glad you came in here. Definitely sorry that you're not feeling good. Let's see here. At Central Florida Prepper, how are you doing, my bud, my pal? That screen just jumped. My friend, can I borrow $100? I don't have $100. Yes, trans slender. Let's see here. What else we got here? The camera does add weight. I hate looking at myself at Josh. Oh, that was meant for you to read. Okay, I misread that. All right, Josh. So what do you want to discuss tonight, brother?
Well, I just kind of wanted to come on. I've never been on one of your lives and just, let everybody know that I'm here supporting your channel and supporting everybody in the family here and talk about just make sure everybody stays prepped up. And there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. And a lot of the stuff going on, it's out of our control. We should only, it's scary and all that stuff. If you delve down into them rabbit holes. But if you're doing your part to take care of yourself and your needs, it's not as scary because you don't really need to worry about what everything else is. If you're worrying about just taking care of your business, growing your food, doing your things, man, and you'll be better off in the end.
Yeah. Now we have, as we talked about earlier, I'm sure you all have seen some of the news headlines with a lot of the new bang bang experiences that are going on. We've had some here in Florida. First was the yesterday. It was the UPS delivery truck. Well, when I looked into it, it was actually they had attempted to rob a jeweler, and then they grabbed that vehicle as a getaway. There was several casualties on that. I think there was two that deceased from that, besides the would-be robbers, and of course they had the little shootout and all that stuff. And then we have the Pensacola incident of last night. I believe it was last night. They had, trying to be careful how I phrase things. There was the bang bang incident there. What was that today? Last night was the one in Hawaii, Pearl Harbor, and then today, or also last night, was Pensacola. There was a active bang bang there. Now they're real quick to throw around that he was a Saudi space nationalist, and they're real quick to try to tie in that it was a T event as far as conflict. All right, let's put it that way. I'm sorry, guys. I have to phrase certain things because I have seen it myself that they will censor on certain phrases. Hopefully, you are understanding what I'm saying. John McDowell, yes, I do see you.
Hey, Angel. Hey, Rip Curl.
So I know that they're looking at that, trying to see if it was just an isolated event, like this. The guy that started shooting, it was in one of the classrooms there on base, not an elementary school, nothing like that. They have training classrooms for military personnel, stuff like that on bases. So that went down. I don't know. There's still. I have seen reports and other people are trying to connect that it could be sleeper cells that are being activated across America. Now we see a lot. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not focusing on just one thing. I'm kind of ranting here. We've seen a lot of refineries catch fire, explode. The past year alone, there's a lot of isolated events that could be tied to maybe something's really going on, or it could just be all coincidences. I do not believe in a coincidence, but that's just me. I mean, everyone knows I've already seen my tinfoil hat before. All right, it's just the way I look at different things, and I don't know, guys. It's just I do worry, and not scared, worried. I worry about things that are going on, especially with this impeachment, everything else. What is society fixing to do? We are pretty good here in America, but if you look at other countries, the riotings, the protests that are constantly going on, we're actually pretty good. We've been safeguarded from a lot of stuff. Sure, we have our little protests and stuff like that, all in this state here for a couple of days and it disappeared. A lot of these protests have not stopped; they just continue to go. And I'm wondering when it's going to hit here and become a normal thing for Americans to experience. We saw the classrooms bang bangs and stuff. Once in a while we heard about it. Now it's a constant thing. We're starting to see more and more stuff that these other countries were experiencing all the time. Now it's here, and we're starting to see it get more and more active. So, kind of what's y'all's thoughts on that? What's your thoughts, Josh? Some things that you're seeing.
The last two bang bangs that happened in Hawaii and Florida, really, my first thing went to, these guys are attacking our Second Amendment so fiercely, and they can't even stop one on a military base. Are you kidding me? And you want to disarm me? Not happening. It's all a theater for these guys. It's like a big giant game to them, and there's reasons this all happens. It's not just coincidence, as you just said a minute ago. They're doing it for, there's an agenda behind it, and it's an attack on our Constitution and our Second Amendment. That's what they want.
Okay, I gotta address this. This is ridiculous. Everybody stop. Bones is here. No
Hey,
problem,
Bone.
brother. You can be late anytime you want to, Wild Man. Glad you're here, brother. Uh, yeah, I pick on everybody in a good way. Military base is a gun-free zone.
Hey,
Well,
Bone, man.
from my experience with that, yeah, the only people I ever saw that was armed when I was there at Shepherd Air Force Base in Wichita Falls, Texas, was the security forces that were there. They're the only ones. Anybody that had a personal firearm, they could keep it locked up at the armory. But yeah, I didn't see anybody walking around armed unless they were working the gate. So yeah, I guess technically it would be a gun free.
If they can't stop it on a military base, how are they going to stop it in my front yard?
Well, the whole grab on the Second Amendment, that's just to de-arm Americans. You look at the history of things. Every time they have moved on disarming a population, then they roll into a tyrannical government right behind it, and then they don't. Now it might not be the next day, it might just be a few years, but it's always rolled in, and then they are fighting with sticks and stones and getting mowed down, and that's when you start seeing the U.S. stepping in, other countries stepping in for humanitarian, put stops to things. We can't keep policing the world. There's just no way. I mean, we've got enough problems here, and I'm not saying that I say everyone else is left on their own. I'm not saying that. I get that the country does help a lot of other people, but I've seen a lot more uptake in things that are happening here in our soil, and I don't see it slowing down. I see it picking up. This whole disarmament thing. That's not for anybody's benefits. I'm going to be
Another
careful
thing,
how I say this because after Alex Info Jones, let's put it that way, after he got slammed for saying about Sandy fishing hook, um, yeah, you have to be careful about how you say things. I've seen a lot of staged events, and yes, there were people that were killed, absolutely. But what was the real reason behind these these attacks?
right?
Yeah, I don't think it's just because they were being bullied. That No, I think there's more to it. Now, am I denying that this stuff happened? No, I'm not denying that at all. These people lost their lives,
That was
but I
tragic.
don't know what caused it to begin with. It wasn't because someone had access to a firearm. I've had access to a firearm my whole life, except for now because I broke the law and lost it. I never shot anybody. Okay, I had respect for it. When a firearm was in the home, I was taught how to use it. I was told it was a tool, and I was told it was deadly. All right, I was shown how to use it. This whole, and if you got a kid that is so jacked up on psychotropics, you better have that thing locked up if you're going to have that in your house. That falls on the parent. All
Right.
right, it's the parent's responsibility to watch the stuff in their home and to keep an eye on their kid.
One thing that kind of really hit me hard here a while back is the whole thing in Virginia that's going on. They're going to totally annihilate the Second Amendment in Virginia, and we got T-Man signing sanctions to support the freedom of Hong Kong.
I missed that.
Anybody else find that a little bit crazy?
I missed that, Josh. What did you say?
Virginia is going totally attacking their Second Amendment rights out there, and G-Man, he's at the same time they're threatening to take away everybody's guns, is signing sanctions against China to support Hong Kong's freedoms, which Hong Kong deserves to be free.
Yeah.
But so does the people in the United States. If you're going to let it happen on your own soil, I don't want to hear anything about it over there. We need to take care of it here first.
Yeah, we definitely need, and then we fall into the nationalist movement, all that stuff. You know what? Yes, I'm proud to be an American citizen. I want us to be a whole country. I don't want to spread out everywhere, dealing with everyone else's crap all the time. We got so much stuff going on. Anyone have problems when you try to correct your post in chat while using your phone? All right, Rip Curl, I saw that you're in here. I did get your message through CJ Blaze. There's CJ Blaze last night. I was actually on a patrol route last night. That's the only reason I didn't get in touch with you. I did send you an email. I don't know if you got that email or not. I think I put a capital letter in it because I did see it sent to me with a capital letter. If you did get the email, let me know, because I didn't hear anything back on that. But I did get your information. CJ Blaze, good to see you. Lisa R. Hall, always great to see you. What else we got here going on? Okay. So yeah, guys, if you have any questions, please feel free. And also, if you want to talk about something, we might be able to answer it. Flash, I was stopped by the police once when I was walking around shirtless. I asked why, and he looked at my biceps and said, for God's sake. Okay, buddy. Armed and dangerous. Oh, man.
Hello, Flash.
Magic Angle, sorry I wasn't seeing anyone in chat. That is weird. I can see my chat going. Lisa Jones, good to see you. Angel, I don't know if I actually pronounced your name correctly. Kadate? I know I messed that up. I'm sorry. Good to see you. All right. I'm the comic relief. Yeah. Actually, dude, I enjoy your comments. All right, let's see what we got here. Trying to think if there's anything I needed to address since last night, but I don't think so. I think everything was rolling pretty good. Oh, yeah, you know what? I'll go ahead and bring it up. Last night I was on another chat, and they were discussing the asteroid scenario, which we know there's asteroid threats. Got me heated a little bit. Not what they were talking about, but watching other people, their comments, and everyone's entitled to their own thoughts. Completely. I completely respect other people's thoughts and opinions. But they were talking about an asteroid. And if you look through the history of Earth since it was formed and created, Earth has been hit by many asteroids and meteors countless times. All right. Now, I've noticed that. Hold on a second. My wife is texting me. Oh, she's saying the coffee's ready. All right. Yeah, I'm out of coffee. Yes, my wife made me coffee. So anyway, back to that. Central Florida.
Hey, CFP, I lost audio. I'm going to jump out. Can you pull me back in?
Yeah, I got you. Oh, no, you completely closed out, buddy. If you can still see me, you got to click on that link I sent to your email. Yeah, you completely closed out the entire stream. Oh, there you are. Okay.
There we are. That's better.
Okay, good. So, I see this, and like I said, I respect everyone's thing, but as soon as the asteroid comes up, I see nonstop, it's wormwood. It's the end of the world. God is coming back. It's wormwood. Now listen, just because a major event happens does not mean it's the end of the world, okay? Earth has been hit multiple times by asteroids. Earth has experienced flooding. Earth has had the ice caps melt multiple times throughout its history. They've proven that by ice core samples, okay? So it's nothing new. This whole global warming, the ice caps are melting, it's happened before. It's happened multiple times before. It's not the end of the world. Does it affect the world? Absolutely. Does it affect life on the world? Yes. It doesn't mean that it's going to be a complete destruction of all human life, all mammal life, everything. Just things that we're going to have some things going on. Let's talk about a new ice age rolling through. Yeah, the science is there that there will be another ice age. It's happened multiple times in the past. Will it destroy all mankind? I don't think so. We survived the last one too. All right. Now, was a population nearly wiped out? Yeah, there was a lot of deaths during that, but it's happened. And I'm not saying that revelation will never happen. I'm not saying that at all. All right. I am a Christian. I'm not the perfect Christian, but I got enough knowledge in my noggin here to read up on the stuff and see that this stuff has happened before. It doesn't mean it's the end of the world. And I did say something last night on the channel I was at, asteroids have happened before. It doesn't mean it's wormwood. It doesn't mean it's revelation. Because if that was the case, then the last asteroid would have been wormwood, or the one before. Or, I mean, how do you know that this one is? Anyway, yeah, that did get me. It got me last night. I'm like, why do people look at that? And then they freak out and try to freak out other people. Would it be devastating? Absolutely, it would be devastating. All right, we don't know what all it could do. We have thoughts and theories on what could happen. I mean, it could wipe everything out, but then again, it might not. It might just be like the other ones that just damaged a lot of stuff. So it goes back into preparedness, all right, getting ready for things. I've had people in the past, well, if an asteroid comes down and smacks, it doesn't matter what you got. It does, actually. It just depends on where it hits. All right, if it hits on the other side of the world, yes, it will affect the atmosphere above, but mankind has survived before. Having preps and survival equipment ready to go gives you a chance to survive. There's a lot of doom and gloom entirely. I don't look at things doom and gloom. I look at things as I still have a chance to live. I will do everything I can to live. I've seen it where they're talking about nuclear weaponry, nuclear conflict. Well, if that goes off, I don't want to live. I'm done. It happened in Japan. Ground Zero messed them up. I mean, they were all dead there. But the rest of Japan was fine. It's not the end of the world with an event. All right. Now, can there stuff happen? Yes, absolutely. That's why you should prep. But don't just throw up your hands. I'm done. It's going to be too hard. I don't want to do it. Wake up and value life. Okay, I value my life. All right, yeah, I smoke. I dip. I enjoy some of the finer things in life. Smoking and dipping. But I see these things. I'm like, why are y'all just ready to give up? Why? There's still so much. Well, everything's going to be destroyed. I don't want to live in a world like that. I don't put my value on what's out those doors as far as this is going on, the shows are playing here. I don't value life like that. I value life every day with breath I breathe. I am alive. So what if the 7-Eleven went down? Okay, sucks. But I'm not ready to end it all because it's no longer around. But yeah, that was my little rant. I don't know. It's just, sorry guys.
Right. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of worry about all that, but I mean, you can't, like I said, you can only control what you can control. I mean, if you're doing your things that you need to do to take care of your family and everything, I mean, if an asteroid lands on my house, guess what? I'll never know an asteroid landed on my house.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's a roll of the dice. I mean, yeah, it could take you out, but then again, it could not. So why not? Why not do preps? I mean, if you can do $5 a week and still have something compared to nothing, because hey, it might miss you. It might not even be affected your climate, directly. Yes, it would be a global event of a certain size, but not all asteroids that hit the Earth changes everything. Okay, so we don't know. So just
The
ready
Dollar
to give
Tree
up.
is your friend. You
Yeah,
can get a lot of stuff at the Dollar Tree for prepping that will get you through, natural disasters or anything. I live in Tornado Alley, so you got to have, week, 2 week, 3 weeks worth of food all the time, no matter who you are. Water, because when all that goes down, there's nobody going to be there because everybody got hit. Power companies, everybody's hurting. So you got to rely on yourself. Don't rely on anybody else. Don't rely on the government. Don't rely on the power companies. Rely on yourself.
did see Flash pop up something here. I'm trying to catch it back again. Here it is. Hey, CFP, I was happy to hear those dirt bags didn't get your hands on your go bags in the car. Yeah, bro. We had just took those out too because I was redoing them because one for the move, and we also planning our week vacation. So we're going to be further away from the house than what we usually are. So I was actually redoing those. So that's why. And plus, to get in the trunk, you have to have a key to get in our trunk because When I bought the car, like I said, it was in very bad shape. Ain't much to look at, but she runs like it's called a dog now. But yeah, the little trunk release, it's missing the entire cable. So they could have been in there mashing all the time. It won't work. But
Midwest Prepper says he's going to repopulate the earth. Hey, buddy, I got 2 sets of twins, man. I can do it twice as good as the next guy, so I'm right there with you.
Good to see you, buddy. So Hoople's cat, but I am unreliable. I missed something there, Hooples, but definitely glad to see you, buddy. I really like Hoople's cat. He likes to reel me in sometimes when I'm just going. Nah, he'll break them things down for you. So yeah, good to see you, buddy.
Hey, sweet Liberty.
All right. I am going to go run inside right fast and go fill up my coffee since my wife just made a cup. So if you want to take it for a minute, don't threaten anybody. Jeez, big old burly guy like you. No.
Hey, I'm short and fat. I ain't gonna threaten nobody.
No, I'm just joking around with you. I'm gonna turn it over to you for right now, and I'll be right back in a couple minutes. Josh said to rely on yourself, which is true. So it's a joke. All right, I didn't know what you were talking about there, Hooples.
So, is everybody into gardening in the chat, or Rider Dust, Hidden Harvest, grow lights aren't bad, but I mean, it doesn't really take anything special. I mean, just a regular old shop light. They're not as efficient as a grow light, but they're cheaper and they'll get the job done. I mean, for sure. I mean, I start all of my seeds on my kitchen table and just use the lights in my kitchen and to get everything started until I harden them out in my front porch. I mean, everybody thinks that you got to have a ginormous, scaled up thing to do this. And I don't have 20, 30 acres. I live on less than a half acre. And if you plant right and strategize right, you can produce a lot of food in a little bitty area. Yeah, Flash, it's pretty late to start anything now, but I mean, like I said, Flash, you can still start spinach and stuff right now. I got spinach still. I mean, spinach is a very cold hardy plant, but it takes a lot to kill spinach. JT, the soil, I don't use a lot of crazy amendments to my soil. I use a basic 10-10-10 fertilizer when I first plant, and then I let the plant tell me what it needs. If I see what's going on with my plants, I will adjust and amend my soil accordingly. It's just let the plant tell you what it's doing, and it'll tell you what it needs. Lisa, did I use the canning jar? I did. I canned 7 quarts of ham and beans past weekend. This weekend I'm canning deer meat, and I got some pork shoulder that I'm gonna can. I should have like 21 cans put up by Sunday night.
Sorry, I was reading the chats that I missed. Just get caught up there. All right. So, what else we got going on here?
Rider Dust. Yes, I do. Staten Hill Farms, Rider Dust. Josh Staten. He's got great videos on how to do microgreens. Hey, Bruce Me Not.
Let's see here.
Yes, I'm going to be doing Magic Angel. I'm going to be doing potatoes for sure. I gotta have potatoes.
We was well behaved while you were gone. Now I'm gonna have to watch a replay for sure. All right. Okay, guys. So, what else we want to discuss here? Sorry, I got some text here from somebody. Oh, it's my brother.
Come on, Mouse.
All right.
The main thing is don't let your garden intimidate you. If you fail, keep going. I mean, you could fail at growing plants. There's a lot of things in growing a garden that's out of your control. But I mean, there's a lot of information. If you have something wrong with your plant, take a picture of it and find another picture that matches it, and it'll tell you what it needs. It's not that hard. There's a lot of stuff that can get daunting. Like if you try to grow a cold weather plant and it turns out to 100 degrees, it'll end up screwing a lot of things up. But you just got to keep going. Plant more.
Okay, Flash. What do you got, buddy?
What you got, Flash?
How would I put him on the spot? I have failed repeatedly. Hey, I tell you what, when it goes to gardening and stuff, sometimes you do have a lot of failures till you get it right. And even then, sometimes you got it right and then something changes in the weather, early, late. There's a lot of things that can go down, or just regular pests.
And the best thing to do is when you start a garden and you have something successful, save the seed. Because every time you save the seeds from a garden the previous year, it naturally becomes resistant to the problems that you have the year before. Bug problems and all that stuff. So if and I suggest trying to get seeds locally that are from a local area. There's a lot of big box stores and stuff out there that I buy seeds from too. But if I get a chance and when there's sales, I will get locally grown seeds because they're already resistant to the droughts, the bugs, and everything just naturally. A plant will naturally over the time grow its own defenses.
I did see Flash had a question up there for a good topic. We can tackle that if you won't. Let me try to pull it back up here. All right, water filtration and collection. Hooples commented on that. Good topic. A lot of BS on that one online. Yeah, there is, Hooples. You want to get your thoughts in on that, or you want me to cover it first, or what do you want to do?
Go ahead.
I was trying to put it off on you.
Oh, okay. Well, I like Alaska Prepper. He's got a great video out there on how to make a very economy style filter for water and stuff. And I mean, it's just like a big Berkey, but he uses the filters from those and does that. That's a good water filtration system. I'm setting up rain catchment for my animals and stuff. And if you use tap water for your garden, I mean, I suggest putting it out and letting the sun cleanse it for a few days. Get rid of all the stuff that's in tap water. I mean, that's the best thing.
About a 3-part filtration systems for the home. You built a 3-part. Are you talking about an in-home system with the filtration that you can purchase, or did you hand make using natural materials there, Flash? There's a lot of different ways that you can do on Berkeley with white and black filter for you, Flash. Will cost a lot to start up. Per liter is cheaper than anything else. Yeah, the Berkey filters are very nice. We're actually going to be using those in Wyoming, the big Berkeys, mainly because the water there is very alkaline. All right, so we will be doing that. We will be storing a lot of water as far as rainwater and our snow melt.
Good night, Mondak.
What's that?
Oh, Mondak's leaving. I'll just say good night to Mondak.
Oh, Mondak, good to see you, buddy. I hate you're filling out on us, but we'll catch you later. So collection-wise, you can do rainwater collection. Snow melts, but you also need to figure out filtration system. You do not want to drink straight rainwater. You do not want to drink straight snow melt. I don't even recommend eating snow. Now, when I was a kid, it wasn't that big of a deal where we live. Now, last time I saw snow, I saw little black specks in it and everything else. I'm like, that wasn't like that, 30 years ago. But hey, times have changed. We've seen a lot more pollution. So yeah, basically our system, what I've gotten drawn up, we will be collecting that. We'll be catching in underground tanks is where we're going to be running ours with the vent tube coming up to help it breathe. Okay, if you run it into a system and there's no air to come out, you're going to have a problem. But we have to go underground with ours because if it's just above ground with the weather, I'm going to have a big ice cube outside. All right, I don't want to crack those containers because they're not cheap. All right, so we will be going under the frost line. Don't eat yellow snow. Hooples, absolutely.
Do not eat the yellow snow.
Yeah, that's not lemonade. So from there, we will have underground. Our frost line is 50 to 60 inches. I'm going to go deeper. All right, I don't like putting things to chance. The earth will keep it above freezing temperature as long as it's deep enough. All right, now we will be running a transfer pump that will pump from that. The transfer pump does have a pressure switch, so we can pump it to the house when we need it. And it's 12-volt system. So the reason I want a 12-volt system is because it's less stuff I have to rely on for my power inverter. In case the power inverter ever goes out, I want to be able to hook directly to a battery and say, okay, I'm good to go. I don't have to worry. But that's just one less thing that could go wrong. All right, now it could go down, so we always have to have a backup. But they're really not that expensive. The ones that we're looking at is about $90 a piece. Okay, it'll last a good time. The flow rate was 3 gallons per minute. I know it's not the best flow rate, but it's plenty for what we have envisioned for our shower and everything else. Run it to the water heater. You can also use, if you're not in a frost area, freezing temperatures, you can use just regular 55-gallon drum barrels, whatever, to collect rainwater, and you can pipe them into each other. So a 55-gallon drum, multiple 55-gallon drums, you can increase your rate. Again, treat that water, okay? Don't just drink it straight. Water stored, especially rainwater, stuff like that, if it's exposed, I mean, it's outside, okay? You can get containers that protect against UV and stuff like that to help with algae growth and things. But I still say you should definitely treat your water before drinking it. It's one thing for the filtration alone to get out the impurities, but you don't want to be drinking any stagnant water that's been sitting there.
No.
And those Berkeys are very nice. They're not cheap, but they're worth it. They really are. Sorry, I was catching up here. Hold on one second. I got somebody hooping and hollering in my yard, and after recent events, I'm checking to see what it is.
Get him.
Sorry, one of my guys were already talking to him.
That is a great idea, Hooples. If you know how to brew your own beers and stuff, that's definitely a great way to protect yourself from getting dysentery and stuff in a grid down situation. A little bit of beer.
I'm not mad. It's just that with everything that just freaking happened here, there's people hanging out at the intersection, hooping and hollering. It's a bunch of teenage kids, okay? Like I said, you have freedom to walk anywhere you want to. All right, I get that. But when you just have a break-in scenario on these streets here, our street, and now it's pitch black outside, except for the lights from other people's yards, and they're hanging out with a little skateboard and all. I can't tell them to keep walking because it's, you know, it's a road. They can do whatever they want to. But now, do we have somebody there on standby watching them? Yes, we do. That's why I just walked out. I saw one of my guys were out there. They're already watching them. Okay. Doesn't mean that they have done anything. It just means that, hey, we're here and it's not going to happen again. I'm not saying that they were the ones that did it. I'm just saying with everything that just happened, all these car break-ins that just happened, and now a bunch of little hooligans are running around hooping and hollering at dark 30 when it's pitch black dark outside. Nah. Hand lock your cars. Don't hit your FOB lock. No, I don't lock my doors, but not on my car. There's nothing in the car. That's the reason I don't lock my doors on that thing. Teens get bored. At least they're doing something, not staring at the phones. Yeah. Well, with what happened here, we are definitely thinking that it was somebody inside our area that hit these cars. Yeah, this was an outside event. I do believe this was somebody else. And the way that the car doors were open, I don't have my video stuff right now. The police officers still have. The detectives are still going through the footages that we gave them. Looking at the car door myself, why would you open up both front doors unless there's two people? It's not one person. There was multiple people. And for them to get that many cars, and
they had to have known because, I mean, they knew how to take your cameras apart and stuff. It had to have been somebody.
That's what got me. At first, I thought it was that, you know, I'm paranoid anyway. So at first, I thought it was a guy we kicked out of our group. All right, but he moved away. All right, he did see. I mean, we do barbecues and stuff here, you know, at my house with my group. To have them, I don't know why they took the focus lens off, then cut the wire. So all you had to do was cut the wire. Or just, actually, all you had to do was turn the camera because it's on a swivel. All right. Now, I don't know. There's part of me thinks that maybe it's somebody I knew. But the thing is, though, they hit so many people. Well, that particular camera was, if they came up through the backyard like that individual we had already caught on camera, they kept doing it for a couple of days right before this happened. If you come through my backyard, there's an opening in the fence to allow the electrical, so that all the properties are running off that electrical outlet. They all have their meters there. Well, that's not boarded up there, so people have access to it. They'd cut through there, cut directly through my backyard, and then cut back across, and then they'd cut between the houses. So they're coming back and forth. And I got a camera there, even though it's hidden. If you see it during the daytime, you're going to see it. At nighttime, you're not going to notice it because it's dark. Each time that we saw that individual prior, he did have an LED flashlight. That's what caught me the first time. I saw the flashlight, and he wouldn't leave it on. He'd flash it, see where he's going, and cup his hand over it and keep on walking. So that also tells me someone's up to no good. Why would you do that? Why would you flash an area to see something, then cover it with your hand and keep on walking? Usually, if you're innocently walking around, you got your flashlight aimed to the ground so you don't trip over something. But if you flash something, cover it, it's telling me you're up to no good. But it's most likely somebody you've seen before but don't know. Yeah, very possible. I didn't recognize the individual, but those cameras that I had up that caught this individual prior to this event, I didn't get very good, you know, not real good quality. You can tell it's a white dude. You can tell his height from the other materials around that picked him up. It's about 6'2", real thin dude. Not real good facial features on him, though. So, I mean, you could tell it's a guy. But, yeah, hopefully all the other cameras picked up what was going on.
Yeah, it's like they knew that just cutting the wires wouldn't disable that camera for very long, so they took the components out of it just to make sure it was down for a day or two, but they didn't realize you probably had a backup.
Well, what's interesting is that only my cameras were cut. My other group here on the same street, their cameras weren't cut, just mine. So it makes me wonder if they didn't come in through my area to hit this street, because instead of going to, they know the park, because at every intersection, they do have surveillance cameras up there to catch people that are speeding up and down the road. All right. So instead of going through the intersection, they started cutting through the yards to avoid those cameras. So they knew those were there. So definitely somebody was already here. They are here. So makes sense to me. But I'm not a police detective. This is just my thoughts and theories on that. Neighborhood watch threw up their hands in the air when I moved in. Our neighborhood watch. What gets me, when they formed, they called themselves Eyes on You. Yeah, I didn't like that to begin with. And they'd sit there close by with their bright Maximilian spotlights and just shine on a house. We've been living in our house for over a year, where we are right now. All right, almost 2 years now. And they'd sit there, okay, not in the yard, they're sitting in the street, just blinding the crap out of our windows. I got tired of that because I'd be up or something. I walked out and I spotlight them right back. They didn't like that. What are you doing? Well, we're just checking to see, make sure no one was doing anything. This is my house. You can see the interior lights are on. All right. So I already had run-ins with those individuals, but when this happened, we had a cold snap. And like I discussed last night, usually when everyone is all huddled up and, inside, that's when things happen. It's never when a lot of people running around, stuff like that, because there's too many eyes upon it. But now when you hit real bad rainy weather, real cold snap where people are inside, bundled up, they're not coming outside, that's usually when you get hit. And we got hit. And I kept kicking myself, man. I really did, because for 3 days I had this guy on film. And that last day we saw him, we got together and we waited. And he never came back. And then like 2 days later, we got popped. Man, I kicked myself on that one. I was upset. I really was. I wasn't mad at what happened. I was just mad because that's the day I went to sleep early. I took my medication. I went to bed. And that's when I got popped. I mean, God.
Well, I need to get some more coffee.
That's what's stolen here. It's just my cameras were damaged.
I got to get some more coffee, CFP.
Oh, yeah. All right. Dogs are besides light, is the best security. Absolutely, John. I completely agree with you. The reason why we have not gotten a dog yet, because when we got to Wyoming, we will have 3 shepherds and 2 good old bloodhounds. I like both those breeds, but traveling with these dogs for what we're fixing to start doing with our travel is the only reason why we have not done the dogs. Plus, last year I was injured, so that's the only reason why we didn't. And it is hot down here. I didn't want to have German shepherds and bloodhounds and stuff like that down here with this heat. It's rough on them. All right. And if you're able to keep them indoors and stuff like that, it'd be better for them. But we live in a small place, so having 5 dogs running around would be very interesting, to say the least. Yes, be random when looting, avoid patterns. Yeah, exactly. I don't plan on doing any of that, but hey, you never know. SHTF might actually have to. That's why we try to prep, so we don't have to get involved with that stuff. But you never know. A situation might change. You might lose everything you have, and you get stuck in a situation where now you're the guy cracking windows and trying to grab stuff. I hate to think of ever having a result to that, but hey, it's a possibility. Yes, but if you do plank nails and things, never admit it to the cops. You meant if for the bad guys, they would charge you, set them a booby trap. Yeah, laying in wait. They will get you for that, and it can be criminal. Yeah, setting up traps and stuff like that. So, SHTF might go on for decades. Hooples, yes, you are correct on that. It could, especially a big event. Yeah. We try to prepare as much as we can. We're not set up for decades. Not my family's not. We've got 2 years of food. I think the last I checked, we had 4 months of water. I have access to go get water at other locations. Yeah. But yeah, Hooples, you're definitely right on that, man. Sometimes you're gonna have to make a hard choice as far as running right out and try to acquire items that you need when things first happen. I hope that everyone preps, because that's going to be the worst and the most dangerous time, because everybody's going to be fighting over everything. There's just the population is too thick. Later, there won't be as much population, but it will still, the dangers will be there, because now everybody else is claiming lay to certain areas. So yeah, it's going to be rough for sure. Ain't no joke about it. You're absolutely right.
It'll be tough. I mean, that's why you really can't do it. I don't think, in my opinion, doing it on your own is going to be impossible. I mean, you might make it for a while, but if you don't have a good community set up to take care of everything, I mean, a good community is where you need to definitely look at.
Hide in, bug in, or out early. Let the mayhem happen without you. Yeah, Hooples. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have any fantasy thoughts of running around Mad Maxing it. I already know. With my luck, yeah, some 12-year-old with a cap gun is gonna get me.
Yeah, 12-year-old cat gun give us a heart attack. That was just the way we planned on going out.
Should the deep holes be dug? I missed that. Should deep holes be dug pre-SHTF in case of long-term SHTF conflicts? Joey, I don't think so. If you're talking about defensive holes like the old punji pits and things like that, I don't recommend doing that. If somebody trespasses on your property, technically they're only going to get a misdemeanor, all right, if they even get charged with anything. Okay, a lot of times people just escort off property. Sometimes they just get a misdemeanor charge. If they happen to fall in one of these holes and injured, then you're liable. It's a good idea in a SHTF situation, but I wouldn't do anything like that ahead of time. If you got a large property and stuff like that away from everybody, I would have plans ready to go, already things laid out and ready materials that you need to do that. But I wouldn't do that right now,
No.
just because of the legal issues. In case something happens, that's the only thing. Let's see here. Joe Cohen, if they announce snowstorms here, the shelves go bare in minutes. They hoard milk and break like the end of the world is here. Imagine SHTF. Yeah, when I live in North Carolina, we'd have ice storms. We'd only get snowstorm. When I was there, about once a year, usually in January, when we got our snowstorm, and then we had that hard sleet and ice storm. And that's usually what knocked out of power for about 2 weeks. We were always ready for it. I mean, we weren't prepping like we do now. It's just how we live. We knew it was coming. We always prepared for it. But I do remember, yeah, everyone running up to the store when the snow was falling. They're running wrecks and stuff because for some reason they forgot how to drive. And they were all running for bread and milk. I don't plan on running for bread and milk. All right, yeah, we have the ability to make our own bread. But yeah, I like having more sustainable food than just bread and milk. I get kids. You know, you got kids. You want to make sure you have milk for cereal and stuff like that. Easy food for the kids because with cereal you don't have to run power, but that milk's going to go bad unless you take it outside in the snow and set it out there. But yeah, I have seen that. I've seen that a lot.
Oh yeah, that happens all the time out here in Oklahoma. We get a half inch of snow, and it's like the only place they know where to go is Walmart. They're like ants. I mean, I just go grab a mason jar full of beans from my pantry.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah. Barefoot Lass, good to see you.
Hey, Barefoot Lass.
The stores will be a war zone. Yeah, and a SHTF for sure.
Yeah, just look at Black Friday. I mean, if you think the stores are bad in an SHT, I mean, people like beat each other up just for a TV. I mean,
that's a good play on words there, Hooples. I like that. I do like milk. We buy the shelf stable milk, and we have some of the Augustin Farms powder. I keep on saying Augusta. Augustin Farms powdered milk. I actually like that. It's not that bad. You know, it's got the 10-year shelf life on it. We have those put away. We don't have a lot of it, but we do have some. Now, when that Hurricane Dora, whichever, the last one we had over here, it just kind of skirted and they didn't even make landfall or anything like that. 10 years shelf life on it. We have those put away. We don't have a lot of it, but we do have some. Now, when that Hurricane Dora, whichever, the last one we had over here, it just kind of skirted and they didn't make landfall or anything like that. everybody down south and stuff, we were seeing the reports where everyone just ransacking. I mean, they weren't ransacking; they were just buying everything they could, and they put a limit on all the water and all that stuff. Well, right here near us, just a couple miles away, I went to a Publix. I think it was Publix. Wife was driving. I think it was Publix. We still had gas. We still had. I mean, they had water stocked up all over the place. The only thing that was missing was the raviolis took a hit, and that was it. So yeah, I guess it just depends on where you are, but we lucked out on that. I noticed that the gas, there was still plenty of gas because we went ahead. Hold on a second. Help you?
Good night. Hey, Vlad. Glad you made it.
I was ready to go light that up. Something bammed on the shed. My neighbor's house is right there near us. A cat jumped from his roof directly onto the shed. So it's not like someone banging on the side of my shed because it's all metal. Yeah, it was a cat. Oh well. Sorry about that, guys. Right now, slightest noise.
You're on edge, buddy. You are on edge. I'm sorry I have to go through this, man. This is terrible.
Well, usually when something, the lights turn on and stuff like that, when the security lights, I'll go check it out. And I've had so many false hits where a cat has set off something that I kind of slacked. And then when my security camera started picking up that guy, we got ready and stuff, and then he disappeared. He didn't come back. I'm like, okay, maybe just some doper guy, no big deal. Then we got hit, and I just started kicking myself that I knew I was in the right for doing what I was doing. And then I talked sense into myself, dude, you're overreacting. Then we got hit, and now I'm like in between right now where I'm like, well, over checking things, and then I'm kicking myself for doing that. Lisa Jones, I do apologize for that. I really do, guys. Yeah,
you can never be too sad.
Cat jumped on the roof. Vlad, good to see you, buddy. Let's see here. Rip curl in your bedroom. When they go in the car, it will set off the alarm in your room, and they won't know it. They go out and grab them. Rip curl, I did have that system hooked up when we were preparing for our move, which was still boxing up a lot of stuff. I took down a lot of our equipment, our motion sensors and things like that. We were operating on just 2 cameras compared to what we usually have here, because those cameras would have been easier for me to undo because the wiring was not in the wall. I actually ran it on the ground and stuff and hung it whenever I needed inside the house. Yeah, so our system was not what it was before. But yeah, we usually, our system, when the motion sensor goes off, the screen on the TV, everything lights up. And that tells me something's going on. The motion sensor we also have gives us an audible alert when something comes through. We were having a lot of problems with cats. It's not that they were walking through and we're picking them up. They'd jump on the back porch or jump off and hit that beam, and it would go off even though I moved it higher to catch a person compared to the cat. They're jumping different locations, just like right now. They just jumped on the roof of a steel building on the shed. So yeah, we had took a lot of stuff down, and just the wrong time to take things down, I guess.
Cat, I heard it. It made me jump. A cat on a top 10 roof. Everything you need, perfect storm.
That's a code violation, CFB. I missed that, buddy. I didn't see what you said. I'm sure there's plenty of code violations over here. All right. Code? I can see the clip of that now. Someone's going to make a video of me jumping out, rushing out, and attacking the cat. I didn't attack a cat. I yelled at it. Through's Jack Camera, good to see you, bud. Hey, Josh, CFP, just listening and organizing. I know exactly where Flash live. Whoa, okay. grew up there and might have to visit him next year. Well, there goes OPSEC there, Flash. Nah, JT's good people. All right, let's see what we got here, guys. CFP, my buddy, has caught 3 people in his car by doing this. One he put in the hospital. He had him at gunpoint waiting for the cops, and the guy rushed him, and he could shoot, so he beat him silly. Yeah, like I said, I can't own. Well, I can own a black powder rifle. I can't own a regular typical firearm. I do not have my firearm rights currently. Did some prison time, so I lost those rights. But yeah, I do keep plenty of other weaponry here in the house.
Hey, CFP,
You should have
CVA.
seen your face. I'm gonna have to take a look at that.
CVA makes a 50 caliber muzzle loading pistol. You should take a look at it. It's very inexpensive, and it is a muzzle loader. So if you're allowed to have that, it's one shot.
Yep.
But they'll know when you touch that thing off.
Well, yeah. I mean, the fact is, I get the want and the need for a high capacity magazine. I understand that. I always hunted with a bolt action rifle. Okay, I've only needed one shot. I took my time with a shot. Now it's different hunting than getting fired upon. I fully understand that. But yeah, one shot is all you really need to drop somebody. But now if you're in a middle of a firefight, of course you want more ammunition. You want to have more capacity, absolutely. But yeah, that is something we will be getting hooked up on. I will be doing a video on that. It'll be after we leave Florida. Just the fact is, I just do not trust the Florida system.
Nope, I wouldn't either.
When I get away from here, we'll be going with Gray Scout. Yep, black powder. We'll be going with that because I can legally own that. I do have a crossbow. I do have a regular bow, but I can't use it right now. My shoulder would not. I've got it's an 80-pound string, which is a light one for a bow, and it's not a compound. It's a recurve. But trying to hold it steady with my left arm while pulling back, I can't. It causes so much compression in my shoulder right now. I can't do it. So that's why I went ahead and got the crossbow. It's easier. I just pull it up with both hands. It's not very fast, but yeah. So yeah, I started with a 30-06 was my very first big boy rifle. Started out with 22. Started out with 22.
Several 22s, a couple shotguns.
I later evolved that was
before the boating accident. I had a huge boating accident, and I had all my guns, and they fell in the lake. So I really don't have anything right now.
That's when I go and invest in scuba gear. I'll be all up in there trying to find those things. That definitely does suck. Daddy only hunted with a recurve. Yeah, I didn't do much hunting with a bow. I did a little bit when I was in North Carolina. I didn't do a lot because, one, I wasn't very good at it, and I do not like maiming. Okay, and sometimes we took down 2 deer, and I would say I almost had to track that thing for about 2 miles to find it. I mean, it was not a good shot. It was a bad shot, is what it was, and he was able to get away for 2 miles before I finally found him. And ever since then, I didn't ever hunt with the recurve ever again. I just started using my rifle because I knew I could drop him right there, especially when I got the 7mm Magnum. Yeah, that he wasn't going nowhere. But that was my experience. Like I said, I was not very good at it. Okay, I could hit something with it, but to drop it, I didn't have that skill. So that's the only reason why I quit hunting with it.
Well, hunting in the SHTF situation is going to be completely different than what it is now. When people start running out of food and stuff, the animals are going to be gone. First 6 months, you'll be hard pressed to go out in the woods and you'll find more humans who are going to try to kill you and take your stuff than you will find deer or anything to hunt. Best bet is maybe a small trap line or something like that, inconspicuous, nobody can see it, and you can go out and check it. Or you have the nobody's going to hear you shoot, and trapping.
Yeah, we're going to see a massive migration of animals. when people start going out to the woods, these are my thoughts, guys. I have no perfect data to back this up because we haven't experienced it here, but it's being a hunter, being outdoors all the time. Once people start encroaching on the area and start hunting an area out, the animals will start not showing up in that area. They're not completely dumb. They know that when all the other animals go in a certain area, they can smell death. All right. When they're in that area and they don't come back, they start migrating away. They do not stay in that area. Now, there's going to be a lot of them hunted out. And luckily, though, there will be a lot of them that do get away from it. I just lost Josh. He should be back. Just make sure you click on that link again, Josh. So, yeah, there's definitely going to be a lot of people that are running to the woods, and a lot of animals will be hunted out. And that's where a lot of your gardens and stuff is going to come into play. You can get a lot of nutrition from your garden. You can actually live off just your garden. All right. I'm not a vegetarian. I like having meat. But if it came down to it and that's all you had, you can survive. Look at vegans, vegetarians. They live just fine on just eating that. Now, I'm not saying
you get protein from beans.
Yep, you get plenty of protein from beans. You get a lot of byproducts from beans too, but maybe you can work on methane gas, firing up something. But still, you can survive either way. I mean, people do it today right now. And what happens is you're going to have to change your lifestyle as far as your eating habits and things like that. But in SHTF, you're going to have to do that anyway, unless you've got a bunker in New Zealand, load it down, or as me and you were joking around about I'm richer than you survival skit I did. Unless you're filthy rich, you're going to have to start eating things that you just don't want to. That's what preps really come in. It gives you that buffer zone to live safely without having to get in the mix of things when it's really going bad. Yeah. But you have to keep your eyes open. I mean, you might have to bug out, and sometimes you might have to leave everything you got just to preserve your life. Hopefully not. Hopefully you have plenty of backup plans and stuff, and hopefully people skirt past you. But the fact is, if you got a whole bunch of people running around looking for stuff, and they're not going to do it by themselves, they're going to be groups of them. I mean, yeah, you might get hit every now and then with the lone person, but when a large group comes in, door to door and stuff like that, unless you have a community to pull together to help fend that off, you're left with the situation. Okay, do I lay low and hopefully they pass me by, or do I notify? Can I see that they're coming in advance, and do I have time to get away? It's going to be one of those scenarios. Take it as a scenario present itself. You can't just. I wish I could say this is exactly what's going to happen. This is exactly what you have to do, and other than that, you don't have to worry about anything else. I can't say that, guys. There's so many factors into this. You just have to be ready to, if you have to, drop everything and skedaddle. All right. I'm not saying I want everyone just to leave all their stuff, but when it comes down to reading the situation, you may have to.
Yeah, going back to the vegetarian stuff, I just want to let everybody know that the deer that I got this year was a complete vegetarian and definitely supported veganism and everything.
JT, yes, that will help me actually. When I do have a screen on the side that has the chat, but when I'm usually talking, I'm not catching it. But yeah, the caps lock will definitely catch my eye, so I definitely appreciate that. If you got a question, let's see, I can scroll up too and see what else we got going on here. Do you think okay, Lisa Jones? Do you think it would be an economic collapse triggering a business going under, lack of goods, trades, etc.? I do see an economic collapse. Is that going to be the only one? Is that going to be the first SHTF? I don't know. I do know that we try our best to prepare for an economic collapse. I've seen a lot of reports where people are trying to get away from the U.S. dollar. They've been trying to get away from the U.S. dollar for a very long time. And every time other countries start doing that, the United States declares conflict on them for T involvements. And then we get right in the mix of a huge battle. A lot of stuff that happened over there in the Middle East can actually be traced back to them trying to get away from the U.S. currency and starting in their own currency and get away from relying on this country. So those are my thoughts. Anyway, those are my thoughts, guys. Not trying to upset anybody, but yes, I do believe that there could be a economic collapse. With I don't know if hopefully everyone here knows of how can I get sideburns like that?
You can't. They're patented. He's got the patent on them. Nobody can own any like that. Sorry.
Got him patent. Since Elvis passed, he lost the patent. Let's see here. I got a sidetrack there. Dried beans are also seeds.
Wandering American, there is, but you got to make sure your seeds are not radiated. Some of them, they go through a radiation process to kill all the bugs and stuff, and they won't sprout. So the best thing is to buy a pound of beans from a supplier and sprout them in a paper towel. I just did it 2 weeks ago to make sure the beans I was buying would be viable and grow, and luckily mine were.
Yeah, so far I've found out that the dollar store kidney beans, I didn't have any problem with that. And you're actually right. When I buy beans, especially if I'm going to be thinking about seeds, exactly what you said. Just take a couple of them out, go ahead and vacuum seal your other ones because you're planning on using them for food anyway. Take a couple of them out, sprout them if they sprout. Then you know you've got a good stock, and you can always pull from that stock. You're going to write on your Sharpie, seeds good, whatever you want to put as a note. And you're absolutely right. Just take a couple of them, sprout them just to see. And it only takes a couple of days to sprout them. Just put them on a paper towel, put them in a Ziploc bag, windowsill. Yep. They'll sprout in a couple of days. When will CFP do another video using his heat gun? Hey, Flash. I don't know, man. I do have something to say about that. One of my trolls, he took his video down on that anyway. Actually lost his channel, then he came back again. He, instead of attacking me, now he's attacking Prepper Nurse 1. So I'm waiting for my new video when he attacks me on that one. But he was talking about my video where I was talking about saran wrapping your flour in the container, and also I saran wrapped our pasta, and then used the heat gun to seal it. Even in that video, I discussed, if you cannot afford vacuum sealed bags or a vacuum sealer, it will help protect your supplies as long as it's in a rotational stock. It wasn't set up to be a long-term thing. Man, he did a whole video cussing out my subscribers, calling them idiots for ever subscribing to me. I wasn't a prepper because I'm out there with saran wrap wrapping up my preps. You're adding a layer of protection on your normal stock rotation, which is anywhere from a year to 3 years up to 5 years. It's still a good practice. It doesn't cost much, and it keeps bugs from getting into your stuff. It keeps them protected from moisture because it's a sealed container now. But yeah, this dude just kept on. I'm like, doesn't matter what I do. I don't know why you got such a hard on for me, but you do. But yeah, luckily though, I hate to say luckily he's after Prepper Nurse 1 now, because I like Prepper Nurse 1. But now that's his new topic, is him. I'm like, this guy just does not go away. Sorry guys, I'm checking for more comments there.
Flash, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I can't be the only one who thought it looked like an adult toy. Oh, you know what? It's right behind me. Hold on a second.
Hey, Lisa, about heirloom seeds and Monsanto GMOs and stuff, that's true to a certain point, but heirloom seeds, all seeds pretty much can be viable, but when you resprout them the next year, they're going to take on traits of the mother or father plant. They'll still grow fruit and vegetables and everything. It just won't be the exact kind of, which is not a bad thing. But after 3 or 4 years of gardening, you have your own seed stock. You don't have to worry about Monsanto, GMOs, or anything. It just takes time.
Okay, so my wife found this at a yard sale, 50 cents or 25 cents. I don't forget what she paid for it. But this is the heat gun. It used to be hot pink, okay? Of course, there's a cord. It does have a stand. But because it was hot pink, Flash got excited. I did a video where I was shrink wrapping with it so that you could, with a heat gun. Yes, Flash, I did paint it camo. It used to be, I think my wife called it fuchsia, but yeah, it was pink. But yes, this is the heat gun. I forgot the name brand. I think I painted over it. Yeah, I did paint over it. Someone said it was actually a nice craft heat gun for crafting purposes. But yeah, so there you go, Flash. There's your next video with the heat gun. All right.
He loves that heat gun.
He does. He really does.
I would have kept it pink, man. I wouldn't care.
I just couldn't do it. Then someone else, I forgot who it was, said, well, you could have just said it's for breast cancer awareness. I'm like, you know what? I should have thought of that before I painted it, but okay. We won't go with that. Let's see what else. All right. Trying to catch the chat here, guys. So, yes, that is what Flash is referring to when he asked about the heat gun, guys.
I know who Post Malone is. He was wasn't he on Ghost Adventures once?
That's where I come across Ghost Adventures. With the best part about Ghost Adventure is Aaron yelling, "Dude!" and always putting his rear end against the wall. I'm like, why do you always do that? But I love that show. I really do. I love their characters that they got on there. But yeah, that's where I come across Post Malone. Now I see him on an advertisement here for Orlando radio station. They're always putting up his thing. I never listened to any of his songs. It's not my cup of tea. Idiots are everywhere, CFP. No worries. Payback comes along. You hear that, Flash? Now Flash is just messing around with the guys. Let's see here. What else we got? All right. Any other question, guys? I did see somebody talking about hybrids or heirloom seeds. Did you just cover that?
Yeah, we were talking about it. I think people are still talking about it.
Yeah, you could definitely get back into it if you want to. We try to do heirloom seeds here at the house as far as storage, mainly because so we can get seeds from them later. I do get the CFP. You have trolls, really? Yeah, I got a couple of them. I had a couple Friday nights ago. They lit me up, but they got them real quick. We try to do the heirloom seeds for our storage for seed purposes. I do understand using the hybrids when you need food quick. You know it's going to come up, but you also need to know those hybrids, they're definitely GMO'd out. You're not going to produce any seed with them. For long-term use, there is no study showing the effects to humans by ingesting GMO foods. That was put in our food supply without testing done as far as the health risks and stuff. Now we're seeing an uptake with cancer, things like that. A lot of people are saying that's because of GMOs, but because we haven't got a study proving that. I've seen the study of the mice and stuff, the independent study that they've done on that. They usually stop at like 4 months and they say, oh, see, everything's good. Well, there's one scientist spent his own money doing this study for like 6 months, and then they start developing testosterone. They develop cancer in their male reproductive organs. Let's put it that way. That's a big word I just can't say for some reason. So there's also other growths, tumors and stuff. So that did get said, and then they attacked him for doing it. They said it was an independent study, but he manipulated the evidence. Of course, they're going to try to shut it down because it's already in production of everybody. So I wish I could say we eat non-GMO food here at the house. We don't. As much as I would love to say that, trying to get non-GMO is expensive.
I'd kind of be a hypocrite if I was sitting here talking about being a completely non-GMO person as I'm smoking a cigarette. So
yeah. I wish that I could say that we are. We tried doing the non-GMO for a couple months, and I couldn't believe how much our grocery bill went up. And the fact is, when you are on budgets and stuff, it's kind of hard to live and eat completely non-GMO in today's society with everything. You'd be amazed at how much of your normal foods that you like have GMOs in it. So it's tough, guys. I mean, I know there's some people that can do it, and congratulations, guys. I wish that I could. And it's not because I don't do it because I don't like the taste of non-GMO food. It ain't that. It's just I can't afford it. It's just the way this system's set up. It's expensive.
If you're growing your own food, even if the seeds aren't perfectly natural organic seeds, the worst part about it, getting it from the big suppliers and everything, is everything they spray on the plant after it's already sprouted. That's where that will kill you faster than the seed will. So if you're growing your own food and you know what you're putting in it, it is still 1,000 times better than the mass-produced, non-organic, non-GMO stuff, because that non-GMO stuff still gets sprayed with chemicals.
Yeah.
It can be non-GMO seed, it still gets sprayed with Roundup.
Susie Q, good to see you. I just saw that you popped in here. You must understand botany. I do. I watched The Martian with Matt Damon. That was an awesome movie. I liked it. He was a botanist. No, I do not have any degrees or knowledge of botany at all. I know how to run a garden, but even that, I've noticed that every time I've changed states as far as different climates for different states, I'm not talking about the next neighboring state, I'm talking about multiples over, my gardening skills have to change because the climate's changed, the elevation's changed, everything's changed. So I run into different issues everywhere I went. I was trying to catch up in the chat, guys. Jules, you could try to put a link up, but odds are it won't let you, and it's not the mods taking it down. The way YouTube's set up, if you're not a mod, most of the time it will not allow you to put up a link.
I don't know, I see.
Flash, I do my best to keep chemicals and toxins out of our diet. My Achilles heel is bacon and beer. Yeah, we are going to have a couple pigs out there in Wyoming. And no, I don't mean me. But yeah, I do like bacon. Tobacco is natural insecticide. Yeah, there's a lot of bad chemicals in tobacco. I smoke. I'm still working on getting off. I'm a half a pack a day. I dip. I don't tell anybody you should. It's just who I am. I do. And I know it's not good for my health. I fully understand that, guys. I'm trying my best to cut back as much as possible.
There's nothing wrong with bacon. Bacon's good for you.
Yeah, exactly. He said it exactly. It's perfect. There's nothing wrong with bacon. CFP, new flavored ice cream, bacon. No, I love bacon itself. I don't like the flavored bacon stuff, except for the Spam hickory smoked bacon. Once you fry that up, that's actually pretty good, but it's still not bacon. I don't think I can get on board with the flavored ice cream bacon.
Hey, I was over the moon like 2 weeks ago. I had a donut with bacon on it.
A donut with bacon?
Yeah, it was a maple bacon donut.
Wow. I've never heard of that. You said it was Dunkin'?
No, it was from a little donut shop right near the shop where I work, and yeah, only had bacon bits or real bacon chunks on it and maple. It was actually really good.
Let's see what we got here. It's $13.50 a pack here, minimum set by law. Joe, are you in New York? If you're talking about a pack of cigarettes, I know they're expensive out there. And also in California. When I lived out in California, they were pretty high up there too. I didn't live in North California very long. A couple months, less than a year. My pillow's stuffed with bacon. All right. Okay, guys. So if you guys have any more questions or anything like that you want us to get into, please definitely get it in here.
Somebody wanted to talk about that thing in Ohio with the guy had a nuclear something in his garage or something. Has anybody heard anything more on that?
Oh yeah. Well, I took a look at that nuclear event. At first, I heard about it on Marfugal News, not the TV, the news one, and he did a little video on it talking about it. Adam was in his car, I believe, and I went and looked into it. From the information I received and found, he was working on a slash nuclear reactor slash capacitor. There was no nuclear material there, but he had suffered supposedly burns. And when he called 911, and he was the one that called 911, he was saying that he received alpha radiation burns. Now, when they went and checked out his garage and stuff, there was no. Oh, hold on. All right, there you go. When they checked his garage and stuff, there was no radioactive spikes, no radioactive hits. Even on the materials that he was working with, there was no radiation spikes or anything like that. So even the police department stuff that was there said that he was not trying to do anything malice or make a weaponized anything. One, there was no radioactive material there. So about the whole burn by alpha radiation waves, that's still in debate. I still haven't found any proof on that. Even the EMTs and stuff that were treating him did not confirm any burns at all. So I'm thinking this might be a guy that's a little touched, I could say, because there was no radiation spike. They went there, took a look at it. Of course, he called, said that he was building a nuclear reactor and he got alpha radiation burns, and even the EMTs and stuff looking at it said there's nothing here. So I'm not seeing that. I think that they would be, and that's just a follow up from other news saying when it first came out. Yeah, they went off of he's building a nuclear reactor and nuclear weapon and all this stuff, and they ran with it. But the further time allowed for news stories to come on, and that also gets a lot of stuff mixed up here. You'll get a story, and you go live with the story and stuff because that is your information at that time, and you basically just repeating the information that's being provided. And a lot of people get bent out of shape because 3 hours, 4 hours later, the information changes. Then they'll go back to that video and start talking smack. Well, this didn't happen. That didn't happen. How dare you say this? Well, when the person's doing the report, that is current information is what they're reporting on. And for some reason, especially here on YouTube, people get bent out of shape when they find a story that's 3 days old. And now it's wrong now because now new information has come through, and they start attacking the creator and stuff. I'm like, they haven't even done that to me. I'm like, dude, at that time, that was that news. That's the news that we had. And that's why I don't do a lot of news now, because I just got tired of the headache. Because I'll do a story of breaking news, and then 3 days later it changes, and then they say, well, you need to delete that video. You're misleading people. I'm not going to delete that video. As a YouTube creator, every video creates algorithm speed. You get your views and stuff like that. It builds your channel. And I always try to post the link of the article and stuff like that during that time. And there was just people wanting to start stuff, and I eventually just got tired of it. That's one of the reasons I don't do much news coverage anymore, guys. If I see something that I really think we should know about it and talk about, I'll bring it up. I'll do just my regular video feed and stuff like that, where I can actually pop up the links and stuff. But yeah, I just got tired of it. I mean, just the assaults of people just talking smack because you reported a story, but 3 days later the story's now changed or new information, and then they attack you for using a story that was, at the time was correct. But is Adam doing a show tonight? Seems like my faves are all getting sick. You're my fave too. Stay well. Well, I plan on staying healthy there, Karen. I do not know. Let me see if there's anything on Discord about. See what time it is. It's almost 10. Let me see if there's anything on Discord about that. I don't know if any of our mods here have heard anything, because some of our mods here are Adam's actual mods, so maybe they will know.
I'll be right back, Tiffy.
Let's see here. Give me a second, guys, while I pull this up. Unless somebody else knows. Yes, Elish, have you heard? Is Adam going live tonight? Because I'm not seeing anything new on Discord. So as far as I know, yes. But you haven't heard yet? Okay. So Karen, that's still up in the wind. I would plan on that he would be coming on. But like you said, a lot of people are getting sick right now. And he's just went through a lot of stuff with physical health wise, as far as that walking pneumonia and stuff that he had not too long ago. So usually when that stuff happens, guys, your immune system does drop, and it's easy to get sick again from something else. There is no news anymore. It's all propaganda. Actually, John, yeah, you're right. That any news that we get it's been altered. It's what they want to present to us. Well, hey, how's it going, Chris and Sharon's Homestead and Outdoors? How are you doing? Definitely good to see you. I appreciate you coming in. We're just covering some basic stuff here. We're actually fixing to wrap up, except that we're trying to get a couple more questions, something that we can discuss here. I like to try to get at least 2 hours in before I go off, but if we have to, we'll just have to go off early. I have to take off. 5 a.m. comes early. Tell my friends here, may the road rise with you all. All right, Flash, definitely glad to have you here, brother. Go get some rest, man.
Good night, Flash. All right, now we can start talking about cool stuff.
Yeah, now we can talk about Flash. Now that he's gone, he can't defend himself. You know,
makes fun of that thing, that heat gun again.
Yeah, that Flash guy, he's actually a pretty cool dude. I like him. He sends me some photos every now and then about the snow and stuff that's going on over there. Yeah, I like talking to Flash. All right. I do remember when the news was news. Now we have to decipher and investigate, or just roll our eyes, take it as it is. Deborah, yes. You're absolutely right. Usually I'll try to grab a piece of news and then I'll start digging into, see where it originally came from. Half the time, I will say this, sometimes I don't find anything else except for what they're reporting. That's it. And I'm like, well, there's nobody else have anything else out there to collaborate this and back this up. And that's ones that really get me wondering. Yeah, I usually try bouncing around, especially with, stuff overseas and stuff. I try to get hold of BBC and Al Jazeera. I try to dig in as much as I can, but like it's already been said here, it gets manipulated around. It really does.
Yeah, Wandering America wanted us to remind everybody, if you have a generator, to please have spare parts on hand. If something goes wrong and you really need to rely on that generator, you're going to need stuff to keep it going. Maintaining your equipment for a situation like that's a great idea.
Oh yeah, definitely. If you're relying on a generator, keep your spare parts. Roast Flash. Oh, I'm not going to roast Flash. Oh, he was still here. Oh, that's not the right one. Sorry. There it is. Yeah. See? All right, Flash. You take care, buddy. All right. Let's see what else we got here, guys. JT was saying something here. Have fun Christmas shopping tomorrow. I'll be honest. I've done all my Christmas shopping online this year. I know a lot of people don't like to use online because of all the cookies and access to your personal information. I understand that. I don't like dealing with people, let alone crowds in a store. It's not that I'm a bah humbug individual. I just don't like being cramped and people bumping me and listening to all the sneers and smart mouths and stuff like that. I get irritated, so it's just best I don't.
I'm not really worried about somebody stealing my identity. If they steal my identity, they'll be just as screwed as I am.
Yeah, they might improve mine. I'll wait till they improve it, then report it. Oh, let's see what else we got here, guys. All right, I already answered that one.
Deborah McRae, it's called Telephone. That's that game you're talking about.
Say again?
Deborah was talking about this, the game Telephone, where you tell somebody something and then they tell the next person, and it goes around in a circle. And by the time it gets back to you, you have no idea what it was originally.
Oh yeah, the old grapevine game. Yeah, it was telephone. I remember that. We used to play that in school when I was younger. Joe, Sear, must be living in Iraq. How did I not hear this nuke stuff? Yeah, it was real quick last night. Adam had came out with it. That's when I first heard about it on Marfigo News, and I had to follow up on it to see how it developed and stuff. And that's basically the information that I've repeated has how it developed. So, but when it first came out, it was like crap. It was just how it was presented to us. And now, further on the story goes, the more time they get time to investigate and stuff, then you start saying, okay, it wasn't that big of a deal, but they presented it as that. I mean, we thought somebody had something, and I'm worried about, you've seen those sniffer alarms that they've been putting up, like in New York and stuff like that, to pick up the radiation that comes off these weaponry. So yeah, I was thinking something like that, but turns out it wasn't. I do want to say thank you to especially all the new, one, for everybody here that's been with me for a long time, and also to the newer subscribers that have came over here from Marfigo TV. I called in the other night when we had that, actually the same night that we had that break-in on all of our vehicles, and I had a lot of people come over and subscribe to the channel. So guys, I do appreciate it. Adam has always been very supportive with help on my channel. He's a real good guy. I don't know why he has to deal with so much crap. But yeah, definitely I do appreciate that. Let's see what else we got here, guys. All right. Josh, you got anything you want to cover?
I'm good. I think we covered all the bases I wanted to cover tonight.
All right. So anybody else got anything before we get off here? I'll give you a couple minutes because I know it takes a while to type. Well, I'll scroll through the chat to see if I missed anything. And I probably did miss some things, guys. I do apologize. Also, if I missed one of your questions, feel free to type it in the comment section when the video reloads by YouTube, because I do read every comment I get. So definitely hit it up there, and I'll see if I can answer it if I've missed something tonight, guys. All right.
Here we go again.
Yeah, no, I hear someone hollering something, so I don't think they want to bring attention to themselves if they're up to no good. I did pull up my other security cameras that we had in Faraday cages and put those up while we're here. I didn't want to because those are very nice ones, and I wanted to keep them in Faraday cages in case something did happen. But since I'm down 2 cameras, I kind of had to. Don't smack no kids. No, I'm not going to smack any kids, Rebel.
I'm handing out gifts on Christmas Eve. That's when Santa does it.
I don't believe in Santa Claus.
All right, we're done.
You're not Santa, man. You got a black beard. All right.
It changes on the 24th. I'm incognito.
Oh, it's magic. Okay, I should have known that.
You're worried about my beard color, but you believe in 8 flying reindeer, or 6.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
8.
You ever seen some of that stuff they've been smoking?
Hey, what people don't realize about Santa's reindeers, they're all females, because male caribou lose their actual horns in the winter. So if they've got horns in the middle of winter, they're females. Just saying. Good
to know. I did not know that. Which we never had any caribou out where I grew up at, which is what North America calls reindeer. But yeah, it's caribou. I didn't know that information. All right, guys, I don't see any new questions. So, Josh, definitely, brother, I definitely appreciate you coming on tonight.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me on. I've had a great time.
Hopefully you guys have went over there and subscribed to him. Like I said, he is one of our moderators, and one of the things I was wanting to do here on Friday nights, usually I do collaboration videos and stuff, but I really want to start getting a lot of our mods on so you guys get to know our mods, so you know who's here in our community. We've got a lot of great mods here. I just saw French Pile again. French Pile has been with us for a good while now too. She's got her own channel, and I want to incorporate more of the people that are working here with this channel, so you get to know him. All right. And he does have his YouTube channel. Now, we did get his YouTube channel up several times, but I'll also have it in the description box. So yeah, please, go over there and help support him. He is getting his channel started up real good. He's going to be working on some other things.
I got a kind of a plan for a garden. I'll do a video on what I have a plan to get everybody that's here in our community together. I was thinking about maybe like sectioning off part of my garden for the community, and I'll take your insights of what they want to grow. We'll do some votes on what to grow, and then at the end I'll can it and ship it to you. Bring the community together, get everybody involved in the gardening aspect of it. That way they're getting something in the end of it for watching and all that stuff. I think it'll be a great idea.
Elish, I do apologize. I just now realized that you're not mod. You are a mod now. When I'm using the StreamYard app, the mods do not come up in blue like the YouTube Studio app, and also if you're using it on your cell phone. But yeah, definitely hit me up with an email at centralfloridaprepper@hotmail.com, and maybe we can work out something where we can get you on Friday night and do a video with you. French, thank you for getting that link up for me. Let's see what else we got here, guys. It looks like we will be wrapping this up. Oops, I'm scrolling the wrong way. All right, guys. So again, Josh, I appreciate it, brother. And
yeah, thanks for being on. We got to do it again.
Hello, and thank you for letting me borrow you for a while.
It's been great.
All right, man. I'm going to go ahead and cut you out, and then I'm going to go ahead and finish up here, brother.
Night, everybody.
All right, guys. So that is Josh Connor. I'm sure you have seen him in many other chats. So what's Josh drinking? He's drinking coffee, actually. At least that's what he told me. He was making a pot of coffee. So I'm pretty sure that was coffee. All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead. Again, I don't have any other news on if Marfugo is going to go on tonight. I think they will. They usually do. It is Friday night, so odds are they will be on. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. WV usually does a live stream right after mine. I don't know if she is or not. I know that she says she was not feeling good, so she might not be on tonight. So if Marfugo TV comes on live tonight, I will definitely catch you guys there. Might be running a little late. I do have to do my part on my patrol tonight. About those patrols, I'm burnt out. It's not that I don't want to do it. It's just that we have a lot of people that are having to work the next day. Now, tonight is not going to be that bad on me because most people are off on Saturday. So I have more help tonight. But I don't know how long we're going to be doing those patrols, guys. Like I said, we don't walk around battle rattle and all that crazy stuff. That just freaks everybody else out when they see someone walking around armed and look like they're militia. We don't do that. But we'll see. I had some people say maybe we should keep it up during the holiday season. Yeah, that's a possibility. We might. At the same time of providing security for the area, we don't want to scare the crap out of everybody, our other neighbors. We don't want to do that. So we're trying to keep it as low-key as possible while we're walking around. Odds are this was a one-time event. These people won't be back. But right now, like you've seen me when the cat jumped on the shed, everybody's still amped up and ready to go. And I think a lot of it is because we're preppers with my street here, with the guys here that are on my, when I say guys, the family here. We are always, aware that something could happen. And then when something like this happens, we're like kicking ourselves that we weren't prepared for it. We're living life normal. We didn't see no headline news, hey, the end of the world's coming. It was just, we went to bed like normal. Somebody came in the middle of the night and hit us. So anyway, guys, y'all take care. And like I said, if he goes live tonight, I'll be over there. I'll holler at you. I do apologize if I don't type in everybody's name. When it pops up over there, that chat moves very fast. All right, guys, I will catch y'all later, and y'all take care.